Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time, as we all get to ride home with each other. And you can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, syndicated, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on the Newscasters Studio. That's newscasters.com. You can also download the app, and also you can find us on the old-fashioned radio station. And you can also, we are actually Fox News affiliates, so we appreciate that syndication as well. But thank you so much for being with us. Without further ado, one of my favorite guests right here is Silk with Diamond and Silk. And I see that beautiful picture of Diamond right there.
Oh, yes, that's my beautiful sister right here beside me. I love it.
She's cheering you on right now.
Say that again, please.
Try to be cheering you on.
Oh, most definitely. She taught me everything I know.
Well, I think it was both of you together. You're phenomenal. You were a phenomenal group. Absolutely. But I'm glad you're keeping it going. And because people need to hear the truth, Silk. So now we have, not only was Biden a fumbling moron out there on the trail, now he's got cackling Kamala. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I understand. We already knew that Biden was a diabolical, imbecilic, cognitive decline bastard. We already knew that. We've been telling them, everybody. And what they did is they called us conspiracy theories. Okay. Mm-hmm. So after the debate, it was, I guess the whole world was like in total shock, like, oh my God, we just realizing this, right?
But we already knew this.
But we already knew it. Okay. So that was another conspiracy theorist that came to truth. That was factual, conspiracy factual. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, before we can get to Kamala, we have to talk about the assassination attempt against President Donald J. Trump, because that is what brought on Kamala. And I'm just telling you from my opinion. All right. This is my gut feeling. And that's the only way I can spell it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So because they didn't actually murder President Trump or kill him. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now they got to go with plan B. I truly believe in my heart of heart and in my humble opinion that plan A was to murder Trump, all right, because they knew that Biden could not beat Trump. Mm-hmm. So since they knew that Biden could not beat Trump, they wanted to delete Trump. Uh-huh. All right. So with that said, and we can circle back around to that particular spell. Mm-hmm. But with that said, now they have to go to plan B, mm-hmm. which is Kamala. All right. So with Kamala, even though according to the law, she is an anchor baby, she's not an American citizen. She was born to two foreigners, okay, mm-hmm. who was here on visas. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get that straight. Secondly, they got her because she can play the race card and she can also play the gender card. Mm-hmm. All right. And the Democrats know that if they put a white person over Kamala, they will be deemed racist. Mm-hmm. Okay. They also know if they put a man over Kamala, they will be deemed sexist. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the Democrats, they have what's called DEI. Okay.
Right.
All right. Didn't earn it. They love.
True.
Yeah. True. She didn't earn it. Okay. Not one.
She used knee pads, if you know what I mean, to get where she is.
Well, she probably got paid a check to lay on her back. Yeah. You know, I wasn't there when all of that happened. Okay. And I've been telling people they traded out Joe for a hoe. All right. And then I say ho.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yes. But with this affirmative action, okay, that's how Democrats are. They love to do this based off of the color of your skin or what's between your legs. All right. That's how they operate, totally operate. So now they they want to claim that all of this small donor money is coming in to pump up Kamala. People, don't fall for the okie doke.
I'm calling bull on that.
Yes. You have Act Blue. So they got all of these different, I guess you can call it corporations or foundations and different things, where if one person donate $5 to it, they will use that person's information as if that person have donated to all of these different places. And then that money then take and it is laundered back through Act Blue. All right. And Act Blue is connected to the Democrats. All right. So what they've done, like they stealing money, they're sending it to Ukraine, all of these trillions and billions of dollars that's just magically gone. Okay, that money is being laundered back. So they'll put that money in and they'll say that it came from small donors. All right. It's like one person done donated
like I gave $10 or something. They make it appear that way. They've got a whole lot of people in this country that want to give small amounts of money, like they actually do with Trump.
Right. They actually do it with Trump. President Trump have the people. Mm-hmm. The Democrats, they have the machine. They have the cheat. Okay. And so that one person can donate $10, but then they'll make it look like that one person donated $10 in 1,000 different places. Mm-hmm. So then once the site go back to Act Blue, it looks like it's come from 1,000 different people, even though it's their money and they're just using that person's information. So let's get right on down to the real nitty gritty. Okay. Kamala Harris, for especially, I don't know how many Black viewers or listeners you have, but I'm going to have to say this here to my Black folks first. If you want to know who is allowing these illegal aliens to come into our country to replace you, you better speak to Kamala, because Kamala is the border czar. All right. The border is wide open. And what really infuriates me, Donna, is this. That you have people that is upset about that, but well, she would be the first Black woman. She would be the first Black president woman this is just history. Here's the deal.
She's making history.
Yeah, but Kamala ain't Black.
No, she's not.
She's not Black. She's Asian. Okay? Mm-hmm. She's not Black. She's just light enough to appease the Democrats. Mm-hmm. All right? And to cater to the Black people that's over there, to say, oh, we got our Black woman. Now they say woman of color. So it's so many different avenues that we can go with this, but at the end of the day, she's just being used as a tool to push a white liberal agenda. All right. That's all that's going on. And they will prop her up and use and abuse her until they're finished using and abusing her. And then they'll move on to their next stud.
Well, that's what they did to Biden. They used him. He was such a toy. And people were talking about, and he is an evil man. I think he's been evil his entire life. This is nothing new and had nothing to do with age whatsoever.
Yes.
The guy is just plain evil. But he was used as a tool. And that's what they do. That's what thugs and gangsters do. They use people. They don't get out in the front of the world and do the dirty deeds. They use idiots to do it for them.
And that's why they install their puppets. All right. We just had a primary to take place. Kamala Harris did not earn one vote to be the presidential nominee. Even though she was on the same ticket with Joe Biden, he was the one that was earning the votes, and she was earning it as VP. But she never worked to earn one vote from the people to run as the president. This is the DNC, the Democrat machine, installing who they want. So when you hear Democrats talk about democracy, Our democracy, my democracy, guess what? They can care less about your democracy, because the type of democracy that they are speaking of is the elite democracy, like communism, where they pick and choose who they want and what position and what place. Not representative democracy, where the people decide. Okay, so what they just did is shut everybody up, and to see a lot of these Black influencers all of a sudden, okay, yes, we're going to push. It's like everybody is falling in line, and they just like sheeps being led to the slaughter, just getting right on in line. Yes, we're going to pump up Kamala. But when you look at your life and your livelihood, you got to ask yourself, okay, you've been voting the same way, doing the same thing under these same sets of people, and nothing has happened. And then take a look there in California, the different districts and different things that Kamala Harris was once over. Okay. Listen, you got homeless people out there boo-booing in the street. It looked like hell on earth there in California, especially the district that she once represented. So if she can't take care of a district, how can she take care of America?
She can't.
She can't.
It's impossible. And let me say this. Okay, so we know why Trump's upsetting everybody.
Oh,
because he speaks the truth. He doesn't. He can't be led by anybody. All this proves is you can get a dog. I'm gonna get my pet dog Buddy to be. If they're on Buddy's side, Buddy could be the president of the United States. As far as a Democrat and some Republicans are concerned.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like the person has no substance. They have no common sense. They have no brain whatsoever. You could get the dumbest person on earth. This reminds me of that movie Trading Places. Did you ever see that movie with Eddie Murphy?
Yes.
Murphy was out on the street, and they just get him to try. It was The Machine, the elitist. They wanted to prove a point. They wanted to get someone out on the street who had no job, no history of anything, and throw that person in to be an elitist. But this is what's wrong with the country. And that's why they hate Trump so much, because Trump thinks like you and I do as small business people.
Right.
I want the best person running my company. I want the best employees. I want the best of everything. I'm not going to pick anybody because they're a Martian and they're green, because it's a trendy thing to do. I just want it.
And see, that's what's been wrong with the country, especially within the Black community. I'm sorry I have to keep going to the Black community, because they're always the last to know, and they're always the one to get involved in this trending thing. Because it's trendy. I'm going to get involved with it. It's trendy. And don't realize they always get left with nothing, left holding the bag of ashes is what it end up happening. And so here in America, just look at how a lot of different things have basically been trendy. And look where it has gotten you. Just look at what has happened to you, and then think about this. Here's another one. Think about what you got when you voted Black before. Obama didn't give you nothing. He didn't think about you. The only thing he did was made it legal for two men to get married. Or two women to get married.
His accomplishment. Absolutely.
It wasn't for the Black folks. It wasn't for Americans. He bought that stuff into our systems. Okay. And he made it trendy. Then they went to the Black stations and made it trendy, because they know that Black folks, a lot of Black folks, not all, but a lot of Black folks is ignorant enough to be part of the trend and push that stuff. Then came censorship. If you don't go along with it, we gonna silence you. This is for all Americans, not just Black Americans, but for all Americans. If you don't go along with it, we gonna silence you. If you go along with it, then we'll keep you in the spotlight. That's what has happened. And now we're to this point that you can take and put a foreigner and say that this foreigner is going to be running as president on your ticket. Now, that's your business if they choose to do it. But once again, this DEI and this affirmative action this thing about you don't have to have any credentials or qualification just because of the color of your skin. We can put you in this position. Listen, that's why the Democrats look the way that they look right now, because they allowed a corpse, a walking corpse, to call himself being there in the White House and turn it into a rest home.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's basically what it is. I know what you're saying, but I also wanted to mention this, okay? Because white folks, I'm not cutting white folks slack either.
Come on.
Look at the idiot white people who are allowing their kids to be sitting in a library at a school with transgenders leading to them. Look at the morons who are bringing their kids. If you're into transgenderism, fine, dandy, whatever, but they're indoctrinating our kids. I'm talking about stupid white parents who are bringing their kids to these events.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
plain stupid.
Exactly. So it's everywhere, but guess what? It's trendy. So now you'll start seeing more doing the same exact thing because
people get used to it. People get used to it.
Okay, so if you remember, if you think about it, Donna, let's just have a girl talk real quick. So if you think about it, you know they brought in this man, what they call him, Leah, that's part of the women's swimming team, and they brought in this man, and this man felt like a woman, all right, and because this man felt like a woman, he wanted to swim in the women's league. And started winning all of the awards and the championships and the trophies and so forth, right? Now, if women like you and I would not have spoken up, guess what? It would be called a woman team, but it would be full of men. Uh-huh. You see what I'm saying?
These are the loser men who can't make it on a man's team. So they're probably not even confused. They've just figured an in. They figured I can get in, I'm going to pretend I'm a woman, and then I'm going to win something for once in my life. I'm a failure on the man's team. So, okay, so I wanted to ask you your opinion about this, okay? I'm glad you brought that up. Because, okay, I'm thinking, I don't have a daughter, I have a son. Okay, but I'm thinking if I'd had a daughter and I had spent thousands of dollars on these cute little outfits and training and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, this boy comes in and says he wants to be on the swim team. How would you feel as a parent? And I want to know where all the bra burning women are. You know, where are they at? I mean, they're upset.
First off, my female daughter, I have a daughter. My daughter I would not have allowed my daughter to be swimming in the same swimming pool with a man.
You just jerked her out.
I would not have did that. All right. Okay. I would have, you're going to have to get out of there. And then I would have advocated for other parents to do the same thing, okay? Because we don't know if this is a child molester, a pervert, or a mentally ill fool. We don't know. But you want to protect your children, okay? I would have protect my daughter, all right? Because if you look at it, not just in the swimming, but even in a lot of the different sports, a lot of females have been injured, brutally injured. Okay, listen, you know I got me some chickens, right? So me and my husband was out there putting up the chicken coop and putting up the wire and all of that different stuff. And so I'm a little short something, okay? All right. So I had to lift my arms up because I had to go real high up into the top part of the coop while I was sewing up the wire, okay? Taking the wire and sewing down the fence and all of that stuff, right? The next day, I was sore up in this area. Okay. The next day. Why? Because my body as a female wasn't built to have my arms up so high doing manly things. I don't have that muscle mass like God provided for a man to be able to do that. There was another time I went out there to help. I'm like, baby, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. Girl, I got my butt down there and I started doing what I needed to do. And that sun came on out. Woo, Lord, he told me, go over there, sit down and drink you some water. I had like to pass out. So what I'm saying is that our body was not built for certain things as females. God was clever in the way that he did things. Okay. It's human beings that's messing up God's natural order. All right. And so first, back to your question, my youngin would not have been in that swimming pool or any sports with a man playing in that sports. Now, when she was in T-ball, when they was like, what, 4, 5 years old, they just learning it. It was little boys, little girls. Okay, right. But now you grown and you coming into the locker room still with a erection, and you still got your thing down there linging and slinging and everything. No. And then you want my daughter to be in that locker room with a man that still got his boy parts. That's a disgrace. And that is I'm trying to find the right clean words. Okay.
It's hard to do because they're flashing all this nuttiness in front of us. But I want to ask you another. What boy? Okay, I'm just talking normal boys are going to look for ways like peepholes and stuff like that to see the girls undress. They're just going to look for it.
Well,
how many boys, since this whole thing started, have winked and said, "I think I'm a girl today," so they can go inside the girls' dressing room.
Right.
Does sense not tell you that something like that's going to happen? It's just going to happen.
That's a peeping Tom. See, it's God's natural order for males to be males and for females to be females. To the point, you can be in a room as females. We can be in a room with men, and there is something that attracts. You got some people that there's no attraction, and then you have some that do attract. All right, you can feel that energy. That's how it was designed. All right. When you have dogs out here running around because they in heat, they ain't going looking for no male dog. No male dog ain't going looking for no male dog. No female dog ain't going looking for no female dog. No, they looking to go look for the opposite sex. Okay. And so once again, it's trendy for the Democrats, even though it's demonic. But if you get caught up in it and you say okay to it, they will continue to push it down your throat, and then they'll move the goalposts. All right. And then implement this. This is the next thing. This is the next thing. But once again, it is wrong for them to allow boys, males in female sports and into female locker rooms, into females' bathrooms. It takes away the sanctity of womanhood.
It does. That's why I'm saying you bra-burning women need to be all over this.
Yeah.
I would be really upset if I were one of those women. I'm upset anyway. But I wanted to explain another thing, or get your thoughts on another thing. And this is the cabinet that the cabinet that Biden has put in place. He's put, not people who are good for the job. I'm talking about these creeps, the men who wear women's dresses. They wear stuff that my grandmother wore back in the 1970s, like polyester double knits. They don't even know how to dress. And so the point I'm trying to make is if you've got I don't care what a person looks like, and I don't care what color they are. I want the right person for the job, because if I don't put the right person in for the job, I'm going to look like a moron. I'm going to look like a fool. So I'm not going to pick somebody just because it's a man that's confused about his issues and he thinks he's got to wear a woman's dress with a handbag and all that kind of stuff. That's what he's done. And so what they've done now, nobody likes the VP. No one, I can't even stand to say her name, Kamala. No one likes her even on that team. But they painted themselves in a corner. See, they were stupid about it. So they painted the room. The door was over there, but they painted themselves over here where they can't get out the door. Now you got to step in the paint to get to the door.
It's like a web of lies. They keep putting all of these webs on it. When you think they about out of this web, here come another set of webs. And they keep it just like this right here, real tight. All right. And keep adding on to it. All right. And they don't want you to unravel their web. Because if you do, you just may catch a bullet. You just may get suicide. Okay. Because they don't want their secrets to be out. But anybody that allows this. It's like you just described the Biden regime. They're full of super freaks, look like they're super freaks from outer space. Yeah. Okay. It looked abnormal. All right. And see, that's the reason why I can't shut up about it, because I don't go along with it. Because if I shut up about it, then guess what? It's like I'm part of it. Okay. And I'm not going to be part of this perversion that they've bestowed upon this country. I'm not going to be part of the pedophilia that they are trying to normalize in this country. I refuse to be part of that. That's why I'll continue to talk. You want to talk about canceling me? Then guess what? I've already canceled you. Now what? Okay? Because I am still going to talk about it and call out. It is morally wrong. All right? And it's also against the law to impersonate. See, when you look at the people that you just described, those people are impersonating a woman. I can't go around here impersonate a police officer.
You'll get arrested, girl. You'll wind up in jail if you do that.
That's right. So how can these men go around here impersonating women? Huh? And you want to say that that's normal and make that no. That is
nowhere near normal. I mean, okay, remember the show MASH? Okay, Klinger was on MASH and he wanted to get out of the Army. So he was considered trying to be crazy for dressing up in women's outfits. I can't believe that show was still on television. I mean, it's amazing it's still on. Some nut hasn't thought about that yet. Well, let's cancel culture. Let's cancel MASH because Klinger was claiming to be crazy and dressing up like a woman.
But see, and that's another thing. It's just like I'm here around Fort Bragg. They changed the name of Fort Bragg to Fort Liberty. So they like to change a lot of different things so that you won't know the truth about a lot of different things. Okay. So if they claim that it was offensive, then they would cancel MASH. All right. This is something, once again, that Democrats have been doing to hide their own boo-boo. And they continue to do it.
Well, they got one now.
They got a whole lot of boo-boo.
And the same people who acted like they didn't want her to be the president just a few weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, are now parading her around like she's the best thing since sliced bread.
Honey, when you getting paid, when palms getting greased, somebody getting a kickback and a patty whack to push her, that's all it is. It is paid for propaganda. Okay? I call them propaganda hoes. And that's prostitutes. You're prostitute because you're being pimped out like a prostitute. You're getting paid like a prostitute to push a lie. All right. And that's exactly what I call them. Propaganda prostitutes is exactly what those
and they're using people who are confused about their gender and whatnot. I don't know why you could be confused, but anyway, they're parading that around, using them like tools and making fun. They're in the background making fun of them. See, people don't realize they're being made fun of. They're being trashed. They have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. They just see that, act like they love them mentality. They wouldn't pee on them if they were on fire, and you know it.
No. It's all a game. Once again, it's all a scam. It's all a game. But where is the Republican Congress? Where's the Republican side? Where's the Republicans that's supposed to have the power to be able to stop all of this stuff and offset this stuff? Where is the FEC? Huh? Where is the people that's going to enforce our laws when it comes down to immigration? Because technically, once again, according to the law, Kamala is an anchor baby. She's not an American citizen. She was born to two foreigners who was here on a visa. Okay? So they don't want to talk about that. No. They don't want to talk about it.
You're a conspiracy. As a matter of fact, I'm beginning to want to be called a conspiracy theorist because they're the only ones who know what's going on.
What's going on? Yeah.
Me and you. So what? Call me whenever you want to. I don't want to look stupid and follow along with all those stupid little shams they have going on. Let's go into it. Can you believe half the show is already over? Let's go into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a minute. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
My Towels solved a problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
MyPillow.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. I'm afraid, Silk, I'm afraid not to speak the truth. I'm afraid God's going to strike me down with lightning if I don't. I mean, you have to warn people, and you have to tell them if people can't see for themselves, not in a mother-in-law type way. I'm talking about because you and I care about people. We care. I'm talking really, it's a genuine thing. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about President Trump. And we've all seen the pictures of where had he not turned his head, we would have been attending a funeral. It would have been a terrible thing. So who's the fall guy? I think you and I know this was this plan. This is part of the plan that went foul. Okay. Exactly. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, it is. I believe that it is an inside job. I believe that it's from both sides of the aisle.
I do too.
And I believe that it was more than one shooter. I've been to several President Trump's rallies. I even know some of the Secret Service. But as everything begins to unfold, no, they took President Trump's permanent Secret Service and removed them and put the temporary Secret Service individuals in just for Butler, Pennsylvania event. All right. I've been to President Trump's rallies to the point where you had to go out for miles that was secure versus 500 yards. I couldn't believe it when I saw the building. And then the shooter, the one that they want to say is the shooter, well, poor fella, he didn't even know he was going to be killed that day. They just wanted to silence him. Okay. But the longer they take with this, what they call an investigation, okay, the more they look guilty. Okay. Because like I told my people, how can the Fox investigate the hen house when the Fox is the hen house? Okay. And just like what happened in Las Vegas, they want to make it look like one person brought up all these guns and started shooting from different locations, and they hush that. All right. They want to take and slow walk this thing and hush it up. And they hate the fact that it's alternative media and independent journalism. They hate that fact because you got people out here, they're able to do their own investigation based off of what they saw and based off of what they heard, based off of different videos, different whistleblowers, and connect the dots.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. So I want to ask you another question. So let's say you're in charge of security. And I know what your answer is going to be because you have common horse sense. But let's just say I'm coming in. They've let me come in. I'm going to be with security out there. Okay. When a bunch of people are pointing at somebody on a roof and everybody in the world has a camera phone, my mother, who's 86, has one. So, and she knows how to use a camera phone. Okay. So you got all these thousands of people and this is another thing, there are going to be thousands of people because it's a Trump rally.
Right.
What are the odds that you think that somebody's not going to video something that's going to be incriminating? What are the odds?
Let me tell you like this about the deep state. They can care less. They can answer questions later. They one goal was to put a bullet in President Donald J. Trump's head, and they wanted to do it for all the world to see. That's why left-wing media was there all of a sudden, even though they hadn't been there streaming President Trump's rallies live, but all of a sudden they show up in Butler, Pennsylvania.
They wanted to watch his head get blown off and then put it in people's laps.
They wanted that visual there, and then they'll ask or answer questions later. Okay, they was just there for that one thing, to kill President Donald J. Trump. And now, with them having visual, with them saying they have visual on this 20-year-old fella, all right, I think 45 minutes to an hour and something before President Trump took the stage. And then for this lady, Cheetah, I guess, for her to sit there and say he looks suspicious versus looking like a threat. Well, what the hell you think a threat is? It's somebody that looks suspicious because we don't know what their motives is.
Okay, if somebody comes to my house, by the way, for the folks watching, and if you're a lib, we do have security cameras all over the place at our house and all over the farm. So we do have that in place. But anyway, if somebody's coming to my house, they look like a thug, they're bringing a gun, they act like they want to break into my house, I'm going to shoot and ask questions later. I thought that's what security detail was supposed to do.
Especially if they land there on their belly with a sniper, with a gun. If they land there on their belly to do, they're laying on their belly for something. But once again, when I listen to the left talk about this was staged, President Trump staged this, I'm like, no. President Trump didn't stage this. You deep state snake Democrats / Republicans, the deep elitist one, y'all the one that staged this.
Okay, I can go again. Okay, so listen, you and I are good friends, okay? Now, what if you said, hey, Donna, trust me on this. I'm going to get a bullet because we're in this together, okay? We're going to stage something. We're going to pretend you got shot, Donna. And you get a gun, you say, Donna, all I'm going to do, Donna, is graze your ear. That's all I'm going to do. I love the heck out of you, Silk, but I would not trust you with a gun. And you're only going to braze my ear?
Do you see me with these big old glasses on? I can't see nothing, okay? Listen, it was all a setup from the get-up. It was an assassination attempt against President Donald J. Trump. Trump did not stage this. He did not stage this. He was in shock just like everybody else. But when you hear the left-wing media talk like that, they're trying to change the narrative. When you hear this lady talk about a suspicious person versus a threat, they're trying to change the narrative. And I said, when I looked at her the other day, I said, now she's going to be the fall guy. She'll eventually resign so that she can keep getting her check probably for the rest of her life. And they will want us to look at the fact, well, she resigned. All right, somebody's been held accountable for this. And they would think that people wouldn't look deeper. Okay. So she would be considered the fall guy. I ain't no telling how many millions she got to go.
I wish there was a way we could check her bank accounts. Couldn't that be done? Anytime something, it's easy to find out if they're in cahoots with each other. I mean, all you'd have to do is check. Yeah. Oh, wow, there's a couple mil got dropped.
It's just like finding out that this shooter is in cahoots, who he in cahoots with. All of a sudden, his social media platform, all of that's gone. There's no sign of that. You got certain people that's on his phones and different encryptions and different things going on for overseas and so forth. They can tell us anything. They can show us any photo. Okay. But the same way they did JFK, they removed his permanent security detail, and put temporary security detail in on that day for JFK when he got killed. Okay. Listen, y'all, stop playing boo-boo the fool, Taco Bell dumb as hell. You got to use your common sense. Do you realize that all of the presidents that have gotten assassinated Do you realize they've all been Republican presidents except one, JFK? Huh? See, when they talk about the Republicans are so violent, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Listen, I'm seeing a lot of Democrats with guns. They want to talk about gun control. I'm seeing Democrats with guns doing all of this shooting, doing all of this different violent stuff. Now, listen, if they got somebody in the bull's eye and they've been watching this person for 45 minutes and this person looks suspect, it could be a potential threat, just a potential threat. President Trump should not have never came out on that stage. That's where I'm at right there. If it's just a potential threat, I don't care how suspicious the person looked. If you feel that it was a potential threat to the point that y'all had to radio each other and all of this different stuff, guess what? Trump never came out on that stage. And if you saw this 20-year-old, let's just use the 20-year-old because that's what they want us to use. If you saw this 20-year-old with a gun and President Trump was on stage, security should have been told that so that they can get President Trump off of stage. Now, my sister, when we used to do the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show, all right, you had to go through the monitors. Okay, you couldn't bring certain weaponry and different things in to the show because we had to but security had to protect us.
I've been. You had to go through security check.
The metal detectors and stuff.
Yeah, like at an airport. You know, you have to go through security.
And security had to because not only is security protecting us, but there was more security protecting our attendees. And at the time, you know, you got the Antifas and the Black Lives Matter. You got all of these anti-Trumpers and stuff. Some of them will still come to the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show tour. And even though a few times we had to get them straight, and our security was like, Diamond and Silk, y'all come back. We like, no, we can get them straight. Still, that was part of security. And this here was just EP protection. This was just security. This was not Secret Service. So you telling me my EP protection can do a better job than this low budget Secret Service DEI didn't earn its Secret Service? Huh? They shouldn't even be in that particular position. They should not be in that position. And I'm hearing that President Trump has hired his own private security. Yes. That was the best thing for him. And anything that the Biden regime or anybody from the Biden regime offers him, I would say no. I don't want none of it. And I think
trust anything they would want to. I mean, you wouldn't trust it. Okay,
No.
okay, but this is one thing I know for sure, Silk. This is one thing for sure. Okay, you live in North Carolina, I live in Alabama. He'd have been covered with us. I mean, we would have shot first and asked questions later.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have used my cell phone. I would have said, look, apparently they're not going to do anything about it. I think we need to shoot him, Phil. What do you think? I mean, he's got to have protection. And you can't trust anything they give you. I mean, that first of all, if they're going to give you anything, you'd better ask questions.
Exactly. Especially if it's coming from the regime. One thing that even Diamond, after President Trump, after he, left the White House or left DC and went back to Mar-a-Lago, she was concerned about his security because now security is ringing down from the Biden regime. You don't know who they're going to put in place. All right. And so she always thought that President Trump should have had his own private security. Don't get nothing that the government is giving you because you don't know who's being paid off to set you up. All right. And so I'm glad that he is, if it meant grazing the ear or hitting that ear or chipping the ear, whatever it did to his ear, for him to wake up and say, okay, I need my own private security. Let me not take nothing else from the Biden regime. Then so be it. That's what's going to have to happen. Donna, believe it or not, it's come to the point that I've even had to beef up my own security because we don't know what these Democrats are thinking about. And one thing they know about Diamond and Silk is that we were President Trump's most loyal supporter. It's posted all out there. Okay. Sure. He followed Diamond and Silk. We followed President Trump. And so we don't know. They already done took out Peter Navarro, even though he's out of jail. Steve Bannon, all right, and they trying to run some more Trump supporters through the ringer, okay? And if you would try to put a bullet through President Trump's head, then you would do the same to me to shut me up.
Because that's exactly what he said. He said, they're not after me, they're after you.
That's right.
That's exactly right. And we're all standing in the way because we're taking a stand. But I don't want to not take a stand. I mean, what would my family think of me? What would my son, my daughter-in-law think of me if I were whipping around going along with all this garbage?
I have to take a stand. I won't be able to sleep at night. It's just on my conscience. You know, I didn't work this hard just to get here and just stop and let somebody just take and roost all over me and just walk all over me. No. My sister Diamond's death will not be in vain as long as I am alive. Okay? She worked hard to help get us to this point, to get me to this point that I'm at. All right? She worked hard. All right? And what she wanted for everybody is for it to be America first. She wanted everybody to prosper. Okay? And I will continue to carry that torch of her. Like, she wanted America to be safe. I wanted America to be safe. So first off, her death ain't gonna be in vain. And if I'm living to eventually die one day, what the hell do I have to lose? Huh? Because eventually, at the end, you're gonna die.
Well, I don't want to be in a world, though, run by Democrats and the way they're running it into the ground. I don't want a world like that.
I don't want a world like that.
Kids don't have back when I was growing up, I mean, we got to play outside, at night.
Yes.
About all the nonsense that's going on right now. But now you have this fear because you have people that don't know what gender they are, people that they want to have sex with little kids and all this stuff. You have to look out for things like that. I mean, your kids can't live in a bubble, but you still have to be aware of your surroundings.
This is called communism. This is called communism. This is how they want people to live in fear. All right? They want people in fear. Okay? And what I tell my team, I can't be in fear, so y'all do what y'all need to do to protect me, because I'm going to spill it. I'm going to spill the beans and the collard greens and the in-between with the side of onion rings. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it, and I am going to tell it. So do what y'all need to do, all right? Because I refuse to live in fear. But you're absolutely right. If they can just, this thing that they have, this red tape that they've put into people's lives, to the point where people can't keep their doors unlocked at night because they are in fear that somebody's going to break in. It's a lot of different things that we can no longer do that we used to can do because of these Democrat policies. Now you got illegal aliens coming over into our country. We don't know who these people are. We got to protect ourselves. Well, why the Democrats that's allowing this, they have security. And our tax dollars is paying for their security.
With guns.
Guns.
I don't think they have paper clips they're throwing at people. I believe they probably have guns.
They have guns. And we're paying for it. American tax dollars is paying for their security while they're allowing the border to be wide open and we're unsecured.
And they also have gated areas they live in. You better not crawl away.
Donna, I can't be quiet about that. And so that's why I continue to talk, to inspire others, to open up your mouth, open up what God has given you and talk. Tell the truth is what you got to do. Educate yourself. Listen, stop going to Google. Go to a library, read the book, read history, read the book so you can understand what's what. Okay.
A book that can't be changed with wording on the internet.
Right.
Okay. A book that you can open up and read. I know you've got to go, but I wanted to ask you one more question. What do you think about President Trump's VP pick? Okay.
So with JD Vance, I do not know him. What I have learned about him is that he used to be an anti-Trumper, and now he's on the Trump train. And I said it like this. God can change the heart of any man. So I can't judge him. All right. And so my deal is I'm stumping for Trump. I trust President Donald J. Trump's decision. All right. That's his decision, not mine. Because if it was left up to me, it would be Dr. Ben Carson. Okay. But if it's J.D. Vance.
That's who I was thinking to pick with me.
Oh, yeah. If it's J.D. Vance, then it's J.D. Vance. But I'm stumping for President Donald J. Trump. That's how I see it. I can't. I have nothing to say about J.D. Vance because I don't know him like that. Hopefully, we have to let the chips fall where they may, like we did with Mike Johnson. He said he was a Christian, but yet he's funding abortion. He's using American tax dollars, allowing American tax dollars to be used to kill babies. But he say he's a Christian. So with J.D. Vance, I just have to let the chips fall where they may. But in my mind's eye, I'm stumping for President Donald J. Trump. That's who I want in the White House. And to tell you the truth, I don't think President Trump, I don't even think he need a VP because he knows where all of the rats and the roaches resides. All he got to do is go in there and flip a switch and they all start running. He knows what
you're afraid of. And I can't wait for him to get back in office. I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I know you've got to go. How can folks find out more information about you? And you got a store full of stuff on sale.
Oh, yes. We have the Trump bling pins, you all. The Trump bling pins.
I ordered a bunch of those.
For $1.99. $1.99. You all get it while the getting is good. Okay. The Trump bling pins for $1.99 and so many other things there. A great sale. You all go do the do and just buy me out. So that's diamondandsilkstore.com, diamondandsilkstore.com. And don't forget, I still carry on the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live show every night, Monday through Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. They're on frankspeech.com, Lindell TV.
Now, how can people also contribute? Because it costs a lot of money to do this stuff. So can folks donate to the cause for you?
They can contribute to the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live show. They're at diamondandsilkstore.com. You will see at the top where it says make a contribution. And I will be so honored and appreciative if you do make a contribution, because that's how we keep this here thing going. So Absolutely. Thank you so very much for having me.
Absolutely. Sip, thank you so much for being with us. I know you got to go. I'd have you on for 2 hours if I could. You know that.
There's a lot to talk about.
We'll see you again in about another month. Anytime you want to be on the show, just say, Donna, I got some stuff I got to say.
I got you.
I'll make a room for you.
All right, darling. God bless.
Here, girl.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye. That's Silk with Diamond and Silk. Isn't she an awesome lady? We need more people like that. She was talking about women and about, women being women and men being men. Let's talk about that just for a minute. We've only got a few minutes. And let me go ahead and get that going right. There we go. So let's talk about that just for a minute. Women being women and men being men. I'm okay with someone opening the door for me. I mean, I absolutely love that. And I'll tell you something that was really neat. In this small town I live in close to Gadsden, Alabama. So I was in Gadsden and I was at the mall. And so I had my, because I got to the mall and I do a lot of recordings out there. So it was so amazing to me. This young man looks like he was about 14, 15 years old. I'm not good with age. He was about 14 or 15. And he saw me with my arms full of cameras and everything else and my handbag, which is already huge. He runs out there where I'm at and opens the door for me. And you know what I did? I gave him a gift card. We have awesome sponsors who give me restaurant cards and stuff like that. So if you see me out and about, you open a door for me, I'm going to reward you any way that I possibly can. But again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. And I kept Silk on a little bit longer than I hope she's not late for the next for her next recording. But thank you so much for watching. It's an honor. And I thank all of our sponsors who are absolutely fabulous. I tell everybody all the time we have the best. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on The Newscasters And send all your emails, okay? Send an email to Donna at donnasedge.com. And I promise I'll do all the research possible to find answers for you because I love doing that. That's part of my life. And got to use library, but I don't mind doing more research for you at the same time. I hope you have a super duper awesome, blessed day today, the rest of the day. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time around. You take care.